WWE Raw returned to the UK last night for a dynamite show at Manchester Arena. SunSport was on hand to watch the action and cheer on the top WWE Raw superstars. Here are 5 important things we learned from seeing the show live. Sheamus and Cesaro are back at the top of the tag team division. 9. Sheamus and Cesaro are back at the top of the tag team division. The Miz is no match for Braun Strowman. Intercontinental Champion Miz opened the show with a scathing promo on his Survivor Series opponent, US Champion Baron Corbin. Miz, who has been trading close to the bone barbs with Corbin on social media, claimed he could do something Baza never could: make the US title relevant again. It was a killer line that once again proved Miz is one of the sharpest promos in wrestling. Strowman annihilates The Miz with his finisher. 9. Strowman annihilates The Miz with his finisher. Braun Strowman manhandles the massive Kane. 9. Braun Strowman manhandles the massive Kane. Miz then interviewed Kurt Angle, chastising him for allowing Strowman to destroy Miz and the Miztourage last week. Angle responded by making a matchup between Miz and Strowman later in the show, which saw Braun predictably annihilate the WWE champ. Reign it in WWE Chiefs have Plan B for Survivor Series, with officials worried Roman Reigns may not be fit. Luckily for Miz, Kane made an appearance mid-match, leading to a monstrous collision between Braun and the Big Red Machine, with Braun getting the upper hand. Team Raw has added its final 3 members. The big question was who Kurt Angle would pick to join him and Braun Strowman in their battle against Shane McMahon's Team SmackDown at Survivor Series. The Olympic hero first chose Finn Balor and Samoa Joe after an electric matchup between the pair ended in a double countout. Irish WWE star Finn Balor battles Samoa Joe. 9. Irish WWE star Finn Balor battles Samoa Joe. Finn Balor lands a huge kick to Samoa Joe. 9. Finn Balor lands a huge kick to Samoa Joe. Later in the show, Kurt added his storyline son Jason Jordan to the team, to huge boos from the Manchester WWE crowd. Jordan got a savaging all night, in fact, including in his win over Elias in their guitar on a pole match. The real news, though, is that Jordan being added to the team seems to confirm the rumors that Roman Reigns won't be returning to action in time for Survivor Series. The Raw Women's team for Survivor Series is also complete. There was big news for the women too, as Bonkers team captain Alicia Fox announced that joining her and Nia Jax at Survivor Series will be Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. No great surprise there, but it will be interesting to see Asuka mix it up with the other superstars after weeks of decimating jobbers since her arrival. The prospect of seeing her lock horns with the likes of Charlotte and Becky Lynch on Team SmackDown is particularly mouth-watering. Sunbets, bet £10 get a free £30 bet. Bruiserweight vs Cruiserweight. Enzo Amore came out to cut a promo, but was interrupted by UK champion Pete Dunne to a huge pop from the crowd. The Bruiserweight then made quick work of Enzo in an impromptu match, pinning him with his bitter end finisher. UK champion Pete Dunne makes his Raw debut. 9. UK champion Pete Dunne makes his Raw debut. UK champion Pete Dunne lands the bitter end on Enzo Amore. 9. UK champion Pete Dunne lands the bitter end on Enzo Amore. The prospect of a Dunne v Enzo feud was infinitely more interesting than Enzo's Survivor Series opponent, Kalisto, who sat at ringside to the interest of nobody. It was later announced that the WWE UK superstars, including Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven, would be joining 205 Live. Great news for 205 Live, but bad news for the UK wrestlers, who would be better off with that UK show WWE promised us, but then went all quiet on. There are new Raw Tag Team Champions. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose put their titles on the line against former champs Sheamus and Cesaro in the main event of the show. Sheamus and Cesaro wore Liverpool shirts for some cheap heat from the Manchester crowd. The match turned to confusion when SmackDown's The New Day appeared to cut a promo on the Raw superstars, which The New Day hilariously dubbed Under Siege 2. Sheamus and Cesaro wearing Liverpool shirts in Manchester. 9. Sheamus and Cesaro wearing Liverpool shirts in Manchester. The New Day arrive for Under Siege 2 in Manchester. 9. The New Day arrive for Under Siege 2 in Manchester. Anticipating another invasion, Angle sent out a band of Raw wrestlers, causing enough of a distraction for Sheamus to roll up Rollins and steal the titles. But what does this mean for Survivor Series? Sheamus and Cesaro will now face SmackDown Tag Champs the Usos, but that leaves Rollins and Ambrose and the New Day with nothing to do at the pay-per-view. Will the two teams face off? And could Roman Reigns return after all to even things up and make it 3-on-3? The WWE Universe was saddened this summer when the legendary Bobby the Brain Heenan sadly passed away. He was involved in some of the greatest ever moments both in and out of the ring, and you can check out the top 10 here. And if it is fight action you are after, check out the most controversial and banned finishing moves in WWE history.